Hi everybody, it is June 5th, and again I am late with the May video, and that is because, let's go ahead and go into my office here. That is because, you know what? I didn't read a single book in May. I got kind of blocked. I don't know how else to describe it. It happens sometimes. I'm not worried about it or anything. I'm annoyed, but not worried. Look at my messy desk. I don't feel like being on camera. This is something I struggle with from time to time. Is I have anxiety about being looked at. And I'm not going to lie, some of the videos that I've made in the past couple of years have been kind of wrenched out of me because I just did not want to be on camera. I don't want to sit down and have people look at my stupid face. So we're not going to do that today. You can look at my avocado pajamas and my messy office because it's struggle time over here. Like I said, I didn't read any books. See that? Half of that shelf right there, quit focusing on my finger. Half of that shelf right there, and I'll quit focusing on my finger. That shelf right there, those are all TBR. And I'm very excited about a lot of those books. The first shelf and a half are my brag shelf. Those are books that I've written and anthologies that I've contributed to. But that's my TBR. And those are all books I'm very excited about. I'm sure I will contribute more to it as the year goes on. I like to read. I don't know. I hit a block. The last book that I finished reading was The Fisherman by John Langan. If you watched that video, I loved that book. That book was incredible. As of right now, it is the best book that I've read in 2025. And after that, a lot of things sort of compounded on me. And we don't get personal here because of different reasons. I don't want to talk about some things. And because of that, I'm not going to tell you about some of the things that have compounded. But one of the things that has kind of gotten on me in the past few years is I am struggling as a writer. This is the editing process of my current work in progress. It's a book that I started to write over the pandemic that I really, really love the concept, but the writing is pure ass. And I don't know how else to say it. It sucks. And I'm working and reworking, trying to make it up to my standards, something that I could be proud to put out. And it's a struggle. And I do think I've finally gotten to the point where it's working now. I've got it working. I can continue writing it because I've only written about 25,000 words in this story. And part of the editing process has been cutting down. I've gotten rid of about 2,000 words so far, added some more, but it's a process. So I've been stressing over that. And in my stress, I've been sort of making myself do other things, trying to see if I can get that kink in my brain out. So I work with my hands. I do things. I do like crafts, or I make my mind do other things. And one of the things that I actually sat down and devoted my brain power to, and this actually started back in the year of the werewolf. I read a perfectly good werewolf book back in the year of the werewolf that I really liked, but I couldn't talk about because this book had not been touched by even the smallest amount of proofreading. And it was almost unreadable because of it, which was a shame because, again, the book was good. And I don't want to call out the small press that put it out, nor do I want to embarrass the writer who put it out because they were newer. It was just such a shame not to be able to talk about this book because just hiring a copy editor would have made all the world of difference on this book. So I took a couple of, I don't know how to pronounce it. My husband says it's Udemy, but I've heard other people pronounce it Udemy. I took a couple of courses for proofreading and copy editing. I took another course for more substantive editing, and I can tell you right now, I'm never going to be able to do that. I'm not qualified. I'm also maybe too much of a roll with it reader to do it because I don't ask enough questions. But I can do proofreading and I can do corrective phase copy editing, where it's just the pass of fixing grammar, spelling, maybe if you have formatting issues. It's corrective phase stuff, not the creative process editing that I've had to work with people like that. And, I've been an author, a published author in the horror genre for a decade now. And I've worked with some incredible editors. I've worked with some tough editors. And while it's not always maybe fun in the moment, I've learned from these people. It has helped my writing so much. And then I took these couple of courses, and I actually think it'll help my writing even more. Actually, the dam kind of broke on this work in progress that I'm doing. After I took those classes, I was working with it again, and I realized one of the big problems, one of the things that had been bugging me, I couldn't quite, wrap my hand around what was going on, and I got it. And I think it was because of this copy editing course I took. So if you go to summercannon.com, you'll see at the top there is a little button, says editing services. And if you click on it, you'll see there are prices. If you were to want to hire me out, I am new. My prices are super duper duper cheap. I am like I said, this is all corrective phase stuff. I am not the person to come to if you need substantive editing. I'm not qualified. Get yourself one of those. I am the person I'm one of the last passes. I'm the person who will find the misspellings. I'm the person who will say, wait a minute, in chapter 2, this person's name was Ted. Now you're calling them Theodore. Or that they could actually be the same. But what I mean is, like, their name was Ted in chapter 2, and now their name is Jonathan. Things like that. Those are mistakes I make in my writing, and I do see other writers make them. And let's build a portfolio if you're at all interested. If you're not, that's fine too. But another one of the things I've been doing is I've been learning how to do bookbinding. And I want to show you guys this because I'm actually really proud of this. Let's get the thing off. I made this, you guys. I made this notebook. I learned how to sew the binding. I've gotten little end pages there. Cute thing. It's got the little bookmark there. And it's got the little, oh, for crying out loud, it's got the little closey thing. That's terrible. I'm very sorry. I'm not a cinematographer. But see, I made that. And I've got another one. I made that. I'm making notebooks, you guys. I've given a whole bunch away. I've got my book press there. Can you see it right there? And there's 3 books sitting in there that are waiting to be, have their covers put on them. I've just been kind of doing that. So I want to show you, I've been doing so much crafting, and not just books. Look, there's all kinds of stuff up there that I have. So I've made kind of an online hobby store, and this is just like, this isn't serious. This is just like me trying to make my frustrations productive. So if you go to thesimplewitch.com, it's not quite ready for me to do a big reveal yet. But if you want to look around, yay, I've been working on the product photography, trying to make things look nice. It's just me trying to make my frustrations productive, I guess. Hi, it's me again. You can look out my window. This is what I look at when I write. Isn't that pretty? But I forgot to mention another one of the things that I've been doing is we resurrected our movie watching podcast. Me, Matt Wilderson, and Mary San Giovanni. We used to have a podcast called the Ghost Writers Podcast, and we've resurrected it called the Ghost Host Movie Night Podcast. And we've only got 3 episodes up so far. And because it's a lot of laughing and a lot of ribbing, they are longer episodes. But, I mean, you can break them up, listen to it in pieces if you have to, but they're so much fun. It's so much us laughing at bad movies on Tubi, and I hope you check it out. If not, that's okay too. I really do understand, but that's what I've been doing. Okay, back. And yeah, I mean, the editing thing, the crafting thing, the working on the WIPs, and personal stuff that, again, I don't want to talk about. I've been kind of trying to drag myself out of a bad place in my mind. and I'm starting to feel better. The change of season certainly helps. I've got my garden put out. Tending to that every day and getting some sunshine certainly helps. I just, it's the 5th and I still haven't really picked up a book to read. And I feel bad about it because I know in this headset, if I were to pick up a book, I'm not going to give that book a fair shot because I'm not in a good headspace. And I don't want to do that, especially because I read so many small press books. And I really, really want to get the word out on the ones that I love. And the one that's at the top of my pile right now, I really want to make sure I give it a fair shake because honestly, it's written by friends. And I don't know. I just want to make sure I fix my head before I start on that so that I'm not being shitty for no other reason than that my head is in a bad place. So that's the video for this month, for May. Hopefully June is better. Honestly, I think it may be. I've got a couple of out of the house trips planned. Get out of the house, go mingle with other writers, other creatives. It actually is good for me. And hopefully I'll have more to talk about next month. But, thank you for coming and watching these stupid things. If you're new here, my name is Summer Cannon. I am a horror writer, a horror creative, but I'm also a horror fan. And I'm struggling right now. And this is just what real shit looks like sometimes. So thank you for putting up with my nonsense. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next week. So bye-bye.